Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn addiction host, Jennifer. I went to Joann's today. I got 2 bags there of yarn. And I'm going to tell it's story time. Alright, everybody gather around. Grab your beverage of choice. I'm still drinking the soda from the other video. I recorded like 4 videos today. Some of them were last week, some of them were next week. We're just doing the thing. Okay, gather around, come on, get close. There is a person in my Facebook group named Sherry. I always worry that I'm saying that wrong because her name is spelled S-H-A-R-I. So it could be Shari. I think it's Sherry because she hasn't corrected me yet and I've said her name several times. Anyway. So she's in the Facebook group and she works at my local Joann's store. And she keeps tempting me. She is a temptress. And she keeps tempting me. And she keeps tagging me in these posts that, oh look, we got more boxes of yarn. Oh look, it's now 40% off. And then today, I got like several tags from her. I'm being real sarcastic, but this is all in fun, okay? Look, we got 333 boxes or something like that on a truck. They have so much yarn, but I'm going to tell you, some of the parts of the store is like already got the caution tape on it and you can't even go down some of the aisles, and that's so sad to me. And then she posted that she found a box of Posh. Yes, ma'am, she did. She found a box of Posh. And by the time this video airs, it will probably have all been sold out because I'm recording this 6 days ago, 7 days ago, maybe even 8 days ago. So don't run to my local store if you know where that's at, and don't cause a problem or cause a scene. Don't flood it. She also said in another post entirely, so she's like, look, 50% off. Another post, look, I found Posh. Ma'am, I am trying so hard not to spend money. I'm trying so hard not to buy more yarn. I'm trying. I'm also going to tell you today, I filmed the 3rd tutorial of the week. And I don't do multiple tutorials in a week anymore because they are exhausting. I sit at this desk for hours, hunched over, leaning forward, which is killer on my back and my neck, which I already have problems with. Tutorials are all-day processes, sometimes 2-3 day processes, depending on what I'm tutorializing. And I made 3 tutorials this week. Like I said, this is last week. Today is April 30th in my world. And I loaded the files and started to save the giant 2-hour video onto my laptop. Because it was, I didn't cut it. It was the tutorial for this. I just filmed and made it as we went, and I didn't do break, film like I normally do. We just made the whole thing together. And I really liked that. But it was 2 hours sitting at this desk leaning over my arms out like this. Try doing that sometimes. Just put a little spot on the middle of your table away from your arms. And stay within this little tiny square about this big on your desk. And crochet something. And tell somebody what you're doing while you're doing it. Is work. Okay? You got to make sure you're saying the right things and doing the right things. And sometimes there's stuff going on in the other room. Because, like, you see there's glass doors there. I have a family. I have dogs. Like, I have psychotic neighbors. I got things going on constantly. And so when I put the tutorial on and the files were saving, I knew it was going to be a couple hours before they were done. And I opened my phone, and 3 hours ago Sherry posted, I found Posh. I'm like, what? And earlier in the day when she said it was 50% off, I saw that post, but I didn't see the Posh one. And I yell out to my husband, I was like, do you think I should go to Joann's? The yarn is 50% off. And he's all, oh no. And then he started asking questions, which means he thinks, no, I shouldn't go to Joann's. and that he doesn't want to further discuss it because he's not feeling good. He caught whatever little man has, and they're both just, you know how guys are when they're not feeling good, they're sick. He's cranky. He's very mopey. I don't like that. When I'm sick, I just want to be left alone. Just leave me in a dark room. I'll be fine. Or I just leave me alone. I don't get cranky. I don't get miserable. I don't like, unless I'm real in a lot of pain, then I snap at people. But he's just moody. He don't feel good. He's got a little bit of a sore throat. And Lucas has been a perfect angel. I have barely seen him for 3 days. When he's sick, he is like so angelic. He's quiet. He doesn't ask of anything. He doesn't whine that he doesn't feel good. He will come to me and say, Mom, my ear really hurts. And I'll say, go take a Motrin. And he'll take a Motrin and he'll eat something with it so his belly doesn't hurt. And then he goes back to his room, or he's been spending a lot of time in my bed. I actually went upstairs last night and he was sleeping in my bed. So I just laid next to him and I rubbed his hair because he doesn't ever let me do that. And I rubbed his little face. And he was so not feeling good that he was talking in his sleep, which he doesn't generally do. And I was like, I felt so bad for him. He's on antibiotics, and by the time you see his video, I'm sure he will be fine. But he had 2 days where he really was not feeling good. And even today, he didn't want to go to Joann's. He didn't want to get out of the car at Joann's. He hasn't asked me for anything. He hasn't eaten a whole lot. So, you know he don't feel good. Anyway, back to Joann's. When I put in the tutorial, I'm like, I've been working my butt off. I made 3 tutorials this week. I made 2 other videos. I'm working on specific videos for Premier Yarns. I'm working on specific videos for, you know, I got contacted at some point in this week for a local yarn dyer in California. One of you guys sent her to me, and she wants to do a collab with me. And so I've been doing a lot of work things this week, which is fantastic. The school has ended because this has been a crazy week. And so I got a lot of like irons in the pot, or irons in the fire. I got my tendrils out in all different directions, right? And I put my tutorial on. I was like, okay, that's Friday's video. I'm done for the week. And ironically, I'm recording 2 more videos in the same day that all this other stuff happened. And so when she posted that she found Posh, I'm like, I'm going to Joann's right now. I'm going right now. And so I got in the car hoping she was still working, if she could help me. And I went and asked, I was like, is Sherry still working? And no. Actually, one of the girls that works there was really rude. And she's all, I don't even know anybody named Sherry. And then she looks over and talks to this other girl who was working the fabric counter. And neither one of them wanted to assist me or even talk to me. They were just rude. And this beautiful little, she's not little, she's older than me, but this beautiful woman walks up. Her name is Jean, right? She walks up behind them and they turn and go, she's looking for Posh and I don't know where it's at. And apparently somebody posted on Facebook. And then she turns and looks at the other girl. She goes, you know, Sherry left a little bit ago. She had 3 bags of yarn with her. I was like, so you just lied to me. You knew who Sherry was. I didn't say that, but I'm like, you little brat. Because she was all of like 17 years old. She was attitude. First of all, I understand. I straight up asked her. I was like, is Sherry working? Because I just was looking for this Posh yarn. Do you know where I can look? And she's all, did you look on the floor? I was like, I looked everywhere on the floor, but I'm not going in any of your boxes because I don't do that. And she's all, well, thank you for that. I hate when people do that. I understand that. Like, they're making a mess. I get it, okay? I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to do that. I'm not making anybody's job harder. And if I make a mess, I'm going to clean it up myself. But Jean comes over and she was just nice as could be. They tell her what's going on. She didn't even say nothing. She bolted off to the back and the girl looks at me. She's all, she'll take care of you. She's on the case or something like that. So I stood there for a few minutes and both of them went back to ignoring me. Just, I have a real problem with people like that. I'm not asking you for anything out of the ordinary. I'm not being a Karen. I'm not being entitled. I just asked a question, was Sherry working? And this is why I wanted to know if she was working, because I was looking for the Posh yarn. Do you know where I can look? That's all I wanted. I asked for anything more than that. I didn't have an attitude. I was friendly and smiling and just, Little Miss thing. She'd be crying if I gave her my attitude back. But I wanted the yarn. I'm not trying to go in there cause a problem. So I see Jean in the back aisles back by where the restroom is and where the polyfill and stuff usually is. And I see her going through boxes. I'm like, I'm gonna go back there. And I'm just kind of like buzzing around where she's at. She's all, I don't see any back here, because there was boxes everywhere. Everywhere. They weren't lying about there being 300 boxes delivered. And so she's all, the only place I can think to look other than this is in the education room. So they have a little room in the back corner. And there was yarn, and there was, I don't know, 150 boxes in that room filled with yarn. Every last one of them was yarn. And so she went back there, and I kid you not, she touched and opened every box in that room until she found me the Posh. I did not expect that. That was above and beyond. I didn't expect that. I would have went back there and helped her too. But it was real small, and I'm not sure we both would have fit that space. So she gets to the very back corner of the room. She opens up a box. She's like, I found brown. You already know. Some stitches don't like brown. I hate the color brown, okay? Which is funny because I love the color of natural wood. Like, I like brown wood. I don't like brown yarn. Not at all. I says, "Is it the Posh?" She's all, yeah. I was like, throw it to me. I was just happy to have Posh. It's nice. And also, while I was making this, I got the bright idea that how cute would it be to have brown and make a nest instead of the egg. So I got excited that there's brown. Okay. She throws me a pack of brown. The very last box in the corner, she lifts the brown, moves it out of the way. She opens it up. She's all, oh, look! And she holds up the pack. She throws it at me. I catch it. We're on opposite sides of the corner of the room. I catch it. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I was just happy to have a color other than brown. I was so ecstatic, right? And so I told her, I was like, thank you so much. And then we talked a little bit. I was like, I'm so happy. Can I hug you? And she's like, yeah. So I gave her a really big old hug. And then we stood there and talked for about a half an hour about crochet, about yarn, about Sherry. She was telling me about Sherry's adventures, going to all the stores looking for white yarn for, it was the white twinkle yarn, I think she was looking for her daughter. And she said Sherry went to all these different stores looking for her. And she also was looking for the rainbow yarn for me. I already know that, but I didn't share that information. We were talking about our makes and what I wanted to make with the yarn. And I was showing her pictures of my little birdies and my dinosaurs. And it was an absolute delight to talk to her. And the fact that she went so above and beyond for me, who does that? And she actually had an emotional moment because I told her, I was like, me and Sherry actually went to Culpeper at the same time and we just barely missed each other. Which has been happening a lot. Like, I barely miss her, like, every time. And I just figure it's not the right time for us to meet if it keeps happening like that. I really want to make it happen, but life is insane right now. And so I'm glad that she's being patient with me because right now there's so much going on and I'm trying to do what I can do when I can do it, you know? And she did in fact buy me the rainbow yarn, which I'm so grateful that she did that. And I offered to pay her for it. And she's like, no, like I have some stuff for you. I made you a little thing, you know? And I'm just really grateful that she's being patient with me because I'm trying. So anyway, and I told her, I said, when we went to Culpeper store, like they were already, like it was done. They were empty. It was so sad to see it like that. I was like, I had to leave. It was so sad. And her eyes started to well up a little bit. She's all, this is all sad to me because she's been working there a long time. I've been working here for a really long time, and just to watch it go is really sad. And her eyes teared up a little bit. And I felt so bad for her because I know what that's like. When you work at a place for so long, it starts to become your home, and you start to like consider some of your if you're working at a good place, some of your coworkers become family, and there's a certain comfort in having the same job for a long time. And she said she's 60, and so I can't imagine being 60 and I don't know her financial situation, but I can't imagine being 60 and having to look for a new job after being at a place for so long. My heart, like, my heart feels for her. And so just the whole thing is sad. It's sad to me as a customer. I can't imagine all of everything else, everything else that happens when you're losing your job like that, and the way it happened and all that. So it's just sad. So if by chance, Jean, I think that's how you pronounce her name, if you happen upon this video, just thank you so much for helping me, but also for just being kind and for being helpful and for being vulnerable in that little second with me. It is rare. It is rare to come across. I've been in Joann so many times, and there's been twice where I've come across somebody like that who has, and it may have been Jean the last time too, that has stopped doing what they're doing to help me. Twice in all of these years. And it may have been her both times, because I don't remember who the lady was the last time, but she also stopped and helped me. I was looking for crochet hooks. And she let me look through boxes because she didn't have time to. She's like, I was like, I won't make a mess if you just let me look through the boxes. She's all, no, go ahead. She's all, they should be right here. And they weren't. And I didn't find them. And she took my phone number, and it was like 3 weeks later she called me. She's like, I found the hooks. I was like, well, thank you, but I already found some, but thank you so much for really looking. She really looked for 3 weeks. She's crazy. Who does that? In this day and age, nobody. Nobody cares about the customer. They don't care about helping other people out. It's just... Anyway, we're going to get off that subject. Because you guys came to see yarn, not just hear me yammer on for almost 20 minutes. I do in fact have 2 bags. It is not all amigurumi yarn, but the purpose of me going there was amigurumi yarn, because if you watched this tutorial, you will know that this egg was a yarn chicken egg, and that it actually is supposed to be taller than this because I ran out of white. And another conversation I had with my husband is, this almost looks like a Chinese hat, the garden Chinese hat. I know that they also wear them in, I want to say Korea, Vietnam. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The bamboo hats. Mr. Cinnamon's home. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, he's all the way in the door. They should stop barking now. Anyway, I actually have a really cute picture of me with one of those hats on in Epcot because they're adorable hats. Anyway, so this egg should be taller and longer, but I played yarn chicken and I won only because I took a row out, and that's in the tutorial. And you guys see, I'm surprised I was able to close it off, but I did. But I ran out of the white, and that was another thing while I was doing the file and all that. I was like, so does it make sense for me to go to Joann's and buy a big skein of it, which these retail for $11.99, so they're 50% off? Or does it make sense so I was going to buy 2 of these was the plan. Or, so these were $5.99 each. Or does it make sense for me to order 5 balls of the basic chenille from Premier and pay shipping? He's all, well, it'd probably be cheaper through Premier. I was like, no, actually it'd be more money, because I'd have to pay $8.99 to $11.99 for shipping, because that's generally what my packages cost, because I was only ordering just white. And he's all, well, it probably would make more sense to go. And I knew my Joann's had so much of this last week, and they still had plenty this week. So I bought 2 of these, and now because yarn is 50%, by the time you see this video, it might be 60% off at my local store. So, I mean, I have no intention of going back and buying more yarn unless they come out with more Posh, because I really, really like the Posh a lot. It is superior. It really is. Now, with that, I bought 2 of the white of the plush, not the Posh. And a few people contacted me like, oh, I found I found the plush yarn that you were looking for. No, I was looking for Posh. The plush is okay. It's not my favorite. And it's just okay. All of these eggs are made with the plush. Is okay. It's real thick and it's just okay. I like it plenty, but it's not my favorite. Now, while I was having a peek-see towards the back, there was a shopping cart in the back room that had bubblegum pink. So this is also the plush, not the Posh. I grabbed a bag of the pink because of her. Pink dinosaurs are stinking cute, okay? They're just stinking cute. And that's not the same color at all. It's more bubblegum pink, but it's stinking cute. And these are the color electric pink, but they are not electric. These are very bubblegum pink. As bubblegum pink. These plush have 153 yards. And all of these were, what did I say, $5.99? Yeah. So all of the plush were $5.99, regularly $11.99. I'm going to tell you, I walked out with 2 big giant bags, and the last time I went to Joann's and I bought the Bernat and all that at 30% off, I walked out spending $130. And today I walked out spending $60. And so the prices at 50% off right now are more close to the sale prices we're used to during Yarnormous sale and all that stuff at Joann's, which made me super happy because I got a lot. Okay, so that is the bubblegum pink. So I got 2 white and 2 pink, and that's gonna make easily. I can make Triceratops out of 2/3 of that ball. So I could probably make 2 Triceratops and a Brontosaurus. Or 3 Brontosauruses. So. I guess we'll do the Posh next. Because I done told you the story for the Posh. She did in fact find the yellow that Sherry posted a picture of in the Facebook group. And I got 4 of them. I got 4. Oh, my batteries. These batteries are not lasting. Hang on. I tried to format my card, which would delete all of my information. No, thank you. All right. So, the Posh. What is so spectacular about the Posh? I don't know. It's soft and smooth. And it's almost tubular and uniform in the fluff. So, and it's also thinner, so it's easier to work with. So if you take the plush, come on. Do you see how it's fuzzy all the way around? But it's not even, it's not smooth, it's more, it's just not even and smooth. It's more furry. This is a good yarn. It's okay yarn. It's an okay yarn. I wouldn't call it good. It's not my favorite. It's not uniform. It's not smooth. And there's times where it's hard on my hands. Okay. The Posh, which is what I was going gaga over, is completely uniform. Completely smooth and tubular all the way around, and it's softer. It is, when you rub the plush, it feels, you can feel the fibers moving with you. With this, it just feels, it feels like a tube, even though it's not a tube. It's just really good for amigurumi. I really like it. It says 233 yards. These were $4.99 for 233 yards, whereas the plush was $6.99 for 153 yards. This doesn't go as far because this is a bulky 5, whereas the plush is a 6, leaning towards a 7. I'll be real honest. And the reason I got 4 of the yellow is because she dug so hard and so far into that corner to find me this. I'm gonna buy 4 of them because I felt bad. And because these will be so cute as little chickies. Little birdies, little chickies. Right? Just saying. So we got 4 of those. And then the ridiculousness is that I bought brown. And I don't like the color brown. But when I was doing the tutorial earlier in the day and I was making the eggs, all I kept thinking of is I really should have brown so that I can make a nest. A little brown nest, not just eggs. Because the eggs are cute, but that's going to be cute as a nest. So I got a 2-pack also of the brown. These are $4.99 each, and this is the Posh. And I think it's a pretty color brown, which is saying a lot for me because I don't like the color brown at all. But this is kind of a red brown, kind of a red clay brown. And this is the color, I should just look at my receipt, it says right on there. Brown butter. Brown butter. I don't think that looks like brown butter at all, but see how it's kind of a red brown? It's really pretty. It's like Native American brownish is what it reminds me of. I just think that's pretty. I could not have been happier to find the Posh. Okay, I could not. And I can't thank Sherry enough for letting me know. And I can't thank Jean enough for digging for me because she dug. She was sweating when she was done. And then this one I'm entirely blaming on Shannon from Another Yarn because she's in love with the menagerie. She made a beautiful sweater out of the menagerie and I couldn't stop thinking about it after I saw her work it up. This is a thin yarn. This is a lightweight number 3, but it's a thin 3. It's kind of leaning more towards a sport weight in my opinion. And I already have 1 in this color, so now I have 3 in this color. And I think the 1 in the color is in one of these cubes. It might be behind my Fall Out Boy album right there. But yeah, I got 2 more just cause. It's pretty, it's pink. It's really, really soft. This is 410 yards. I paid... Oh, the yellow is called Lemon Meringue. I don't think I said that. I saw her scan it. Why is it not coming up? Why am I not seeing it? Menagerie. Menagerie. Did she not scan these? They are not on my receipt. Unless I'm missing it. Cotton candy. Are these cotton candy? No, these are flamingo. I'll have to do a count at the end of this. Doesn't look like she scanned these. Oh well. Free yarn. So yeah, this is the color Flamingo. And it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. I got 2 of those. And then these are just the Big Twist value. That looked orange. That is not orange. This is the color Diva Pink. And this is the color Cotton Candy. And I got 2 of these. I got 2 of the Diva and 2 of the, what did I say that was? Cotton Candy. This is looking very orange on my camera, but it is pink. It is very, very pink. It is, I mean, it's a corally pink, but it's pink. And my camera's not sure how to even process the color it is, because it's like, what is this? Yeah, it's overblowing it a lot. I can't even, it's actually making my eyes hurt looking on the screen. So we're gonna put that one down. Why did I get these? Because they were so pretty and they were pink, and I just love pink. I also wanted to buy a couple of the lilac because they had the very pretty light purple. They had a beautiful teal color. They had so many colors on the shelves that probably were supposed to be the spring line of the Big Twist value. The crazy part about this is I don't generally work with solids. I work with variegated, self-striping, etc. Why did I buy more solid yarns that I don't know what to do with? But they were pink and I just bought them, okay? I have no excuses. And these were $2.24, which is pre-liquidation prices. Thank you very much. So if you guys were waiting to buy your yarn and you're anywhere near Fredericksburg, Virginia, now is the time. And from what I have heard on the internet, and this may or may not be true because this did not come from Sherry or Jean, is that they are lowering the price every week. So by the time you see this video, yarn may be at 60% off at my local store. It might be. I don't know. I don't have intentions of going back, but I keep saying that and I keep going back. And the reason I keep going back is because I love yarn. I'm addicted to yarn. I really wanted the Posh. And all I went there for was the white and the Posh. Because those have a purpose and those have a plan for them. I'm not mad about the brown at all. I'm really glad she found brown because I was thinking, it was kind of kismet that there was brown, and I was thinking just an hour or two earlier about having brown to make the nest instead of an egg and all of that. So it's kind of cool. That worked out really good. The rest of it was just, honestly, I was rewarding myself for working so hard this week. And here's the thing. Because I'm having so many health issues, and because I'm working really hard, and because I'm not ever hungry all the time, normally I would reward myself with like a snack, or like I would go buy a bag of chips, or I would eat French fries because I'm not supposed to have potatoes at all being a diabetic. Potatoes are really what sends my blood sugar into the stratosphere. And because none of those things are healthy for me, and none of those things are things I'm even remotely interested in anymore, my reward to myself, no explanation needed other than that, was I worked hard, I bought myself yarn. So, with that, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments, and I'm so sorry that your stores are already closed, or that there's no yarn at your stores, because every time I mention Joann's, I get a bunch of people that say, my Joann's just, it was done already, it's already closed its doors, because that's happened. I mean, it's the end of the liquidation. It is ending in May. We're done. Joann's is gone. And it is so heartbreaking to see the workers that have been there for so long losing their jobs. It's heartbreaking to see a store that has always been there. There are many times where I was doing a tutorial or something for the channel and I ran out of yarn. And I'm gonna be real honest, I was doing a Premier Yarns tutorial and I faked it. I went to Joann's and got yarn that looked like Premier Yarns and I used it for the tutorial. Because I could not get it here in time. And I was on a deadline. And I'm not going to tell you which tutorial that was. I will never tell you, but one of the tutorials, it was not actually Premier Yarns. I did tell a small fib. I did tell you it was Premier Yarns. I did make one out of Premier Yarns, but I ran out of yarn, and so I had to go buy. I was on a time crunch. I was stressed out. I ran up to Joann's, desperate, trying to find a yarn that matched the Premier, and it was not. It wasn't 100% not Premier Yarns. It was, part of it was Premier Yarns and part of it was a dupe. so I'm sorry that I did not completely be honest with you about that. I didn't outright lie, but, you know, I wasn't truthful about it either. There's been many times, because my doctor's is over in that area, where I get down to the doctor's. I hate the doctor so much. I hate the doctor. I get so bad anxiety and stressed out, and there's been so many times I'm over at the doctor and I'm like, I'm gonna pop into Joann's because, and Llama Mama Kayla's the same way. She would go to her appointments far away from her house at hospitals, and she'd be there for hours, and her reward would be, I'm gonna go to Joann's, I'm gonna buy myself something pretty to make myself feel better, to cheer myself up, to cope with what I've been dealing with. And I'm gonna miss Joann's much like I missed AC Moore, because what's left in my area is not worth talking about. It's not like, we have Michael's and Hobby Lobby not far from here. I can't stand either one of those stores. I have broke up with Michael's so many times. It's not a good store. It's not. And I think they're going to follow Joann soon. I really don't think they're going to be able to sustain the way they're going. The store is always empty. There's never more than 1 or 2 employees working. And it's following the same suit that Joann's did. I'm watching it happen. I watched it happen with AC Moore, my local store. And it's just, it's hard to watch. And it's hard to not have options. And it's hard. I think that's why, and I explained this in my PL video this week. I think that's why people like me that are on the internet are so important now more than ever. Because setting Joann's aside, what is left? I mean, we already know Hobby Lobby has pretty good yarn. Some people refuse to go to Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby does not get new stuff constantly. And their selection can get kind of stale after a while because they're not bringing in new and exciting products. They are reliable though, and you can go sometimes 2 or 3 years later and still find the same colored yarn on the shelf. So it's reliable in that respect. But also, it gets stale and boring after a while. And so we're turning to the internet more and more to make purchases, and that's where it comes back to podcasters. We are making the purchases and testing the yarns out and giving you guys valuable opinions. And it's not just me. There's a ton of us out here doing it. And we're telling you, hey, this yarn is really good. You might want to check it out. Hey, this yarn, I would steer clear of it. This yarn is okay if you don't have skin problems. This yarn splits really bad. This yarn falls apart. This yarn doesn't wash good. Those opinions are more and more valuable to all of you guys, because nobody likes purchasing yarn. And I already said all of this. I'm just regurgitating what I said in the PL video. Nobody likes buying yarn on the internet and deciding, oh, I really hate this yarn. And so to all of the podcasters out there who are working their butts off and testing out yarns and doing reviews and letting us know, I'm going to specifically shout out Shannon from Another Yarns, because I've learned a lot watching her channel. I just really discovered her about 2 months ago. She's been commenting on my videos for a long time, but I didn't know she had a channel. When there's almost 45,000 people that follow you, I have no idea who's who in my comments a lot of times, unless you comment every day. So there's Betty, there's Joan, there's Red Canary, there's about 50 of you that comment every single day, and I see you and I know you, and I know you guys. But then there's so many other people, and a lot of you have channels and I just have no idea. I have no idea. And so I've seen Another Yarn in my comments for a very long time. I had no idea she had a channel. So like I said, I discovered her about 2 months ago because she tagged me in something, I think. Or she popped up, and I don't remember. But I kind of fell in love with her. I was like, she is delightful. She's cheerful. She talks really fast, which I appreciate, because people that talk really slow I can't watch. And I have to speed them up if I do watch them, because my brain gets so overwhelmed waiting for them to finish their sentence, and that's an ADHD quirk. A lot of times you'll find people with ADHD who will finish your sentence for you because our brain has already got to it 30 minutes ago. Even though you only started the sentence a minute ago, we already knew what you were going to say 30 minutes ago. Our brain is already hopped to conclusion. We oftentimes can figure out the plot and the ending of a movie or TV show or a book way before it happens. It's very hard to surprise us because we see it coming. We've already played out the imagery. So I really appreciate that she talks fast. I've never had to adjust the speed on her. But like I said, she's also really cheerful, and she loves yarn like I do. She really does. She has appreciation for it, and she has been head first into this Joann's thing just like I have. She purchased early on before all of this liquidation process, so she like stocked up on the good stuff while it was on a really good sale, and I came in later because I was like, no, I'm not gonna panic buy, and then I panic buyed. Oh, I'm gonna wait until a better sale, and then I bought yarn. And I bought yarn at a stupid, ridiculous price that I never would have paid before because of the panic buying mentality. And I keep giving advice like, don't do this, don't do that, and then I do it. I have more Joann's in my stash than I've ever had. And it's a little ridiculous. I do realize that. But also, I know what it felt like when AC Moore closed. I was there, I watched it, and there was a lot of yarns I just couldn't get anymore. And a lot of yarns went away, and yarns I really, really miss. And so when I find them at thrift stores, I snatch them up. And so I hope with having a couple of tubs now, I got about 3 big tubs filled with just Joann's yarn. I hope that having that stash will sustain me in years to come. And I can look back in 5 years and go, oh, Joann's. You know? So, and I know not everybody can do that. And I know not everybody wants to do that and store yarn for that long. But I don't think my love for yarn is going to go away anytime soon. And I think, God willing and the creek don't rise, I'm going to live a long time. I got at least, let's see, I'm 45. Hopefully I got another 20 years of crocheting in me. That would be an absolute miracle considering everybody in my family has died in their 50s and early 60s. Everybody. Except the really bad people in my family, they live till they're 90. Figure that one out. Only the good die young, right? So hopefully I live to at least be in my 60s. I would really like to live in my 70s. Maybe even my 80s. But I mean, being a diabetic, I don't know if that's realistic at all. I would love to have great-grandchildren one day and love on them. Like Grandma and Grandpa did. But I know that if something happens one day, I'm going to have such a... If something happens where I can't afford it, I can sell off my yarn easily. So it's an investment in that regard because I know people will always buy yarn. And I also know if there's a time where I can't afford to buy more yarn, I will always have a stash. And if I die before my day is up, my family knows how to sell my yarn. So, and I know a lot of you will stand in line to buy it. Because in case you don't know this, I have the world's most perfect curated yarn stash. I say that so many times in a year. I will come in here and I'll be like, I need specific yarn for a specific project that has just popped up in my head right now and I don't think I have it. And I will come in here and go digging and I will find exactly the perfect yarn. And then I will exit my bedroom and declare to the whole house, sometimes the whole world, I have the world's most perfect yarn stash. Look what I found. I didn't even remember that I had it. I found it. It's perfect. It's exactly what I needed. So, with that, to all of my fellow yarn addicts out there, I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you yarny wishes. I'm confessing my sins to those of you that judge me, horribly judge me. I know you're judging me. I know exactly who you are. You are judging me, but that's okay. And then there's some that are just jealous, and that's okay too. You can be jealous, just don't be mean to me. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the next one. And because I'm recording this last week, I don't even have Monday Makes video done, or makes to show you in Monday Makes video. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.